Esther was a young Jewish woman living in ancient Persia. She was beautiful and kind. When the king needed a new queen, Esther was chosen. She was a humble servant of God. She kept her faith secret. She was also wise and patient. She knew how to listen and observe. King Xerxes was a powerful ruler. He was also impulsive and easily swayed. He was unaware of Esther's Jewish heritage. He was taken by her charm and grace. Esther became his trusted confidant. She used her position to learn about the kingdom. She prepared herself for a challenge she could not have foreseen. Esther's cousin, Mordecai, raised her like his own daughter. He was a wise and devout man. He worked in the king's court. He overheard a plot to assassinate the king. Mordecai reported the plot and saved the king's life. He was a loyal subject to the king. He was also a protector of his people. Haman was a proud and vengeful man. He was promoted to a high position in the king's court. He demanded everyone bow down to him. Mordecai refused to bow. He would only bow to God. This enraged Haman. He sought revenge. He discovered Mordecai was Jewish. Haman devised a wicked plan. He wanted to exterminate all the Jews in Persia. He went to the king with his scheme. He twisted the truth. He said the Jews were dangerous and disobedient. The king, oblivious to Haman's true motives, agreed to the plan. A decree was issued. It ordered the death of all Jews. The Jews were terrified. They were outnumbered and defenseless. They felt hopeless and abandoned. They cried out to God for mercy. Mordecai was devastated. He knew he had to act. He sent word to Esther. He told her about the decree. He begged her to intervene. Esther was afraid. It was forbidden to approach the king uninvited. Esther hesitated. She could be put to death. Mordecai reminded her of her faith. He urged her to be brave. He said, "Perhaps you were made for such a time as this." Esther found her resolve. She would risk her life for her people. Esther fasted and prayed for 3 days. She asked the other Jews to do the same. She knew she needed God's strength. She prepared herself to face the king. She dressed in her finest robes. She approached the throne room, her heart pounding. Pause. The tables turned. The king saw Esther. He was surprised by her presence, but he was pleased. He extended his scepter and spared her life. He asked her what she desired. Esther invited the king and Haman to a banquet. She wanted to reveal Haman's wickedness strategically. At the banquet, Esther played her part. She acted demure and charming, waiting for the right moment. She invited the king and Haman to a second banquet. Haman was flattered by the queen's attention. He left the palace, his ego inflated. That night, the king couldn't sleep. He asked to hear the royal chronicles. The reader recounted how Mordecai had saved his life. The king realized he had never rewarded Mordecai. The next morning, Haman arrived at the palace, eager to get permission to hang Mordecai. The king, however, had other plans. He asked Haman how he should honor someone he favored greatly. Haman, thinking the king was referring to him, suggested a grand parade. Section 5. A Legacy of Faith. The king agreed. He ordered Haman to lead the parade, but not for himself. The honoree was Mordecai. Haman was humiliated. He had to celebrate the man he hated. At the second banquet, Esther revealed everything. She told the king she was Jewish and exposed Haman's plot. The king was furious. He ordered Haman to be executed on the gallows he had built for Mordecai. The Jews were saved. They rejoiced in their deliverance and celebrated their newfound freedom. They established the festival of Purim to remember their miraculous escape. The story of Esther became a testament to courage and faith. It reminds us that God can use anyone, even someone in a seemingly impossible situation, to accomplish His purposes. It teaches us that one person's bravery can make a difference for countless others. And it assures us that God is always working behind the scenes, orchestrating events for the good of His people.